Shall we go hunt for some walnuts?
Absolutely.
So how long have you been foraging for walnuts?
I don't know, 6, 7 years old, probably.
Oh, for your whole life?
Yes. If you look at these walnuts, they're fairly fresh.
Mm-hmm.
See how easy they roll up like that? Just roll that over. On that one, you want it to roll straight up and down as much as you can.
Okay, like this?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I mean, we're standing here and the ground is covered with the black walnuts. If you've never had a black walnut, the flavor is almost liqueur-like. It's very intense. It's not like an English walnut that has a very soft, sweet flesh to it.
Okay.
It's very distinctive. How do you crack them? Because they are tough to get into.
Oh, well, I don't do it myself. It's better for me to buy them.
So you pick them, you hand them off to Hammons, and you buy back?
Yeah, I just go to the grocery store and buy them.
I love it. So how many trees do you think you have on your property?
Oh, there's probably 35 to 40. We already picked almost $500 worth, and the season hadn't even started, so.
There are so many walnuts under this tree. There are probably, what, thousands even?
Oh, sure.
We've got a lot of work to do. So now we're gonna have to follow these black walnuts just over the ridge to Stockton, Missouri, to Hammons Walnuts.
I might have to follow you. I might
like
have
that.
a full load.
Sounds good. Let's go. So we're standing in front of bags and bags and bags of these black walnuts.
So these nuts are waiting for us to get to them and crack them
Impatiently.
sometime. Impatiently, right. And so sometime during the next few months, we'll bring those nuts to the shelling plant and crack them and process them.
And so you had 21 million pounds brought in this year?
Yes, 21 million pounds last fall in October and early November. And that's almost an average crop.
So people like Bobby, he is one of how many people who you are working with across the country?
Many thousands and thousands of people. We have 220 or so buying stations, holding stations in about 11 states. 65% of the crop usually comes from here in Missouri, but we have other states as well where thousands of people do get out and pick up nuts. They're growing wild in yards and pastures everywhere. Every buying station will have probably dozens or maybe even a couple of hundred people who will bring in the nuts.
The company was founded in 1946?
1946, right. My grandfather, Ralph Hammons, had a grocery store in downtown Stockton, and he had an opportunity to buy black walnuts for a company in Virginia. And he looked around and said, hey, there's a lot of natural wild black walnuts here. Maybe there's an opportunity. So he bought a cracking machine in Tennessee, brought it here, set up a cracking operation, bought 100,000 pounds that first year in 1946. So now we process about 100,000 pounds of nuts every day.
Wow, that's incredible.
It takes us a lot of time, a lot of trouble to crack that hard, thick shell and get all these nuts.
I mean, some people run them over with their cars.
Oh, they do, yeah. They're really glad that we take care of all of that work for them.
And you're happy to do it.
And we're happy to do it. So the nuts go onto a pallet here, and these are then stretch wrapped and ready to go to customers for ice cream, for baking, for packaging. You find them in grocery stores.
Well, and your brand is across the entire country.
It is. Hammons Black Walnuts and our packages is distributed all over the United States.
I mean, you're in retailers everywhere from Walmart to small specialty retailers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Walmarts and large chains like Kroger and Safeway, all the way to the Woods supermarket here in Stockton or in Bolivar, Missouri, and everything in between.
It's all from right here. I love it.
All the black walnuts right here in Stockton, Missouri.
This is amazing. It's a huge like contraption that has been designed to just crack nuts and then like sort them by size. That's all this is really doing.
Yeah, yeah.
So when did this evolve? Like who introduced this in your family?
Well, this is something that my grandfather and people who worked with him developed really from the 40s and the 50s throughout that process. And year by year, we continue to upgrade some of our machines as technology allows us to do that too.
So where are we now?
This is the inspection room. This is where we give the nuts a final look by people who are trained to pick out good nuts from bad nuts and to pick out any shells that might be remaining. The machines do a great job and they get almost all the shells out. But there might be one shell in every 400 or 500 pounds.
Okay.
That's still pretty good, but we don't want anybody biting into any shells.
Yeah.
So we run the nut meats across a vibratory inspection table where people who have been trained to do this, and they've been doing this for years, they are looking for any little pieces of shell or dark colored nut meats or anything that wouldn't be good to eat. They're picking those out.
Speaking of commitment to quality, you have won a couple of extremely prestigious awards. A Good Food Award.
We have got a Good Food Award and we got a Sophie Award for our black walnut oil.
That's amazing. And I think that it just speaks to not only the quality of the nuts that you guys are processing, but also just how unique the black walnut is. It's a uniquely American nut. It only grows here, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Only here in the United States. It's a wild nut, so it's gathered and it's harvested that way. There are very few tree nuts that are native to the United States. Black walnuts is one of them.
I love it. It's the all-American nut. It's like totally native to the US. It has a completely unique flavor. And your family has like created this opportunity.
We're thankful to be able to keep doing it after 71 years now, since my grandfather started doing this in 1946. And I tell our people all the time, we're blessed with the opportunity to do something that nobody else in the world gets to do.
Yeah.